I want to make a quick video to update my supporters out there about what's going on with my life and Freddy's Modern Kung Fu, things like that. Me and my wife, Jenny, we have opened a grand opening of our restaurant maybe about a couple weeks ago. And that's pretty much the main source of income that we're relying on to support the family. Unfortunately, the business is not going as good as we anticipated. So there's going to have to be other plans and other ideas that we have to come up with in order to generate the income to cover the expenses for that business, as well as our home and daily expenses and things of that nature. So I've pretty much been forced to commercialize Freddy's Modern Kung Fu and turn it into a business in order to generate the profit, or attempt to generate the profit necessary in order to support both businesses. And that is where a majority of my energy is going at this moment. So you will not see me on YouTube as often as before, because all my energy is trying to gain that local support for Freddy's Modern Kung Fu. Now with YouTube, I've been very satisfied and surprised of the outcome of the support that I've gotten from the YouTube community with Freddy's Modern Kung Fu and everything, and it's really given me the positive energy to believe that there are people out there that do appreciate Kung Fu and martial arts holistically, everything involved, for all that it is, body, mind, and spirit, and not just body and not just mind, but body, mind, and spirit. And I believe that martial arts is meant to be an integration of all three. Kung Fu is meant to be a peaceful expression. Martial arts is meant to be a peaceful expression. And I will always represent that to my greatest ability. So, with that, what I ask for the supporters of Freddy's Modern Kung Fu is to please take your time to write me a review for me on Yelp.com, which will be on the description section of this video. There will be a link provided. If you could take the time to just write a review about my teachings about Freddy's Modern Kung Fu, and basically just to show the appreciation, I would take appreciation for that. I spent thousands of hours. I've posted over thousands of videos on YouTube, and basically to share part of this art. And if I could gain the support of YouTube and the community and them to support this local extension of Freddy's Modern Kung Fu, then I believe that slowly but surely I could reach out to more people out there and express what I believe to be true martial arts and an expression of the peacefulness within what others may view as violence. And I believe that that's what turns it into an art, opposed to just violence, when you have that peacefulness within yourself. So really, if I could generate the support locally, then with that local support, then I could put out more high quality videos out there to teach more. Then I'd have more time to be able to share more. But if I'm constantly worried about struggling to make payments to support the family, I'm not going to be able to share without charging, because this is the way the world is. This is the way capitalism is. It's designed for businesses to profit, and pretty much no matter how much you may try to resist that system, eventually you're going to have to adhere to it, because that's the structure of the society. So yes, I enjoy providing service at no charge. I do it from the heart. But at the same time, everybody has to pay bills. In order to pay bills, money has to be generated. In order for money to be generated, that's what happens. Things get turned into businesses. And the sad thing is when you are working for a business that doing something that you do not love, then basically you feel like a slave, because you feel that you have to be paid to do something that you don't want to do. But the beauty of the capitalistic system and the beauty of a business is that if you are working in a business doing something that you love, then you do not feel like a slave. Then you feel that this is the greatest thing in the world. You're doing something that you would normally do for free, and now you're getting money for it. So even if you got paid, $2 an hour, you would still find happiness, because you're doing something that you love. And really, I believe that we all have to strive towards that, to basically learn about ourselves, to find out what we love, and then basically go towards that, to work for a business that promotes what we love, or to create our own business that promotes what we love. And really, that will bring the ultimate happiness, when you head towards love. And for all the people that love martial arts, that love Kung Fu, there may not be many colleges out there that offer majors, PhDs in Kung Fu or martial arts. But as an entrepreneur, you can create that career opportunity for yourself through a lot of hard work. Meaning, if you spend 20 years of your life training in Kung Fu, training in martial arts, then you eventually may be able to establish your own business, build your own reputation, and create a job for yourself, to support yourself and to support your family. So I think that a lot of times the martial art industry, the career field, is underrated. They should have a martial arts major in every college, in every university, but they don't. They got other types of majors like computer programming, electrical engineering, and things like that, but they don't got martial arts majors. Well, I believe that they should have it, and because it's a career field that has potential to really make life changes for people, and really it could be a high profit business. So if you look at something like Century Martial Arts, they sell martial arts equipment. They're a very successful business. Yes, MMA is a very successful business, but they're promoting violence. Alright, I say we could promote martial arts in a healthy and in a safe and peaceful way and still generate business. I believe the market is out there. It's just that people don't have the opportunities, because there's not enough martial arts schools out there to give the people the opportunities. And I believe that really, if you really want that path as a career choice, you can make it happen. So if you're 13 or 15 or whatever age, you could start training hard and establish your own martial arts business to express the martial arts the way that you believe it should be expressed. And I believe that there is potential out there, that is underrated. So another example is if you look at the personal training industry, you look at the fitness industry, such as like Export and Bally's and all these gym clubs. Those are thriving businesses. They're making money. Okay, and you see the personal trainers. You got some personal trainers out there charging $100 an hour or more. That shows that the business is out there, the industry is out there, and fitness is closely related to martial arts, is closely related to Kung Fu. They're interrelated, they're interconnected. So the business is out there, and it should not ever be underrated as something that's just a hobby that you can't make money out of it. Really, you train hard, you can make money out of it. So that's what I say, is that we should do what we love, make money from doing things that we love. If you love martial arts, if you love Kung Fu, then you can find a way to make money doing that. It just takes a lot of hard work, just like anything else. Just like getting a PhD. It's not easy. You gotta take many, many years to get to that point. Maybe up to 30 years to get a PhD. I believe it may be the same thing for martial arts. Maybe take close to 30 years to get to the level of where you are extremely proficient in what you do. And it's a profession that should be just as respected as doctors, as lawyers, or electrical engineers, or any of these people that they call professionals. There can be professional martial art teachers that teach in a peaceful way, not in a violent way, but to teach people to learn, to channel their energies of anger and aggression in positive ways. And that's what Freddie's Modern Kung Fu is all about. I'm trying to show a different path. We have somebody like Bruce Lee, somebody like Tony Jaa, somebody like Jet Li that represent martial arts the way that it's supposed to be. But they're actors. They're making their money acting. They're not making their money teaching directly to the students or the disciples. And people may be inspired by Bruce Lee. They may be inspired by Jet Li. But then how could they learn from them when they're not available to teach directly? All they learn is what they see in the movies. And my thing is, the movies is only fulfilling the entertainment aspect of the martial arts. Now there needs to be the educational aspect that is not here. It may be in China, in the Shaolin Temple, but it's not in America. In a lot of the other countries, you got a lot of these watered down martial arts schools. They're not even martial arts schools. A lot of these, I would not call them martial arts schools. I'll call them daycare centers with uniforms and colored belts. That's not a martial arts school. A true martial arts school has true discipline, true talent, and I believe that martial arts is something that's very precious, that you cannot just teach anybody. The people have to be ready. It's like as precious as learning to operate a firearm. A lot of times, children are not ready. They're not physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally ready to possess a firearm. They have to be very mature and responsible. So really, martial arts is not designed for children. It's designed for mature adults. And just because you are over 18 does not make you an adult. You could be 30, 40 years old and still have the mind of a child. So what I'm talking about is martial arts is designed for people that are mature and responsible. So if you're going to own a firearm and have the ability to be lethal and take another person's life, you got to be mature and you got to be responsible. And that's how I view martial arts. If you're going to teach somebody how to hurt somebody and how to protect themselves, they got to be mature and responsible. And a lot of stuff that we see out here nowadays in America, in all these watered down martial arts schools, you see daycare centers acting as if they're martial arts schools, and then you see violent, sport fighters acting as if they're martial arts schools. Well, they're lacking the spirit. Without the spirit, they're no different than just organized criminals that are basically expressing their anger and hatred in violent ways. So martial art is the integration of peacefulness and spiritualness into combat. That is true martial arts, and rarely will you ever find it out there. You see it in Bruce Lee, you see it in Tony Jaa, you see it in Jet Li. Those are the three main promoters that are widely known that are expressing martial arts the way it's supposed to be. But most of everybody else, whatever they're trying to express is not martial arts, it's something else. It's another label. And that's how I view it. So basically I'm trying to promote what I believe is the real martial arts. So to all my supporters, write me a review, and basically it'll be greatly appreciated. For the people that don't support me, well, I'm just expressing myself and just being honest with my interpretation of the martial arts, and basically that deserves respect on its own.